Hello there, this is Chauncey White, aka Charlie Brawley, with another video. This time I'm going to be showing you team play strategies, but really just kind of demonstrating exactly how I actually go about it and how I predict numbers and columns. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, I'm already logged in. I'm going to go to the live Bovada account. And you need to also be registered with Bovada to do this. I'm thinking, I haven't lost with RNG. I'm thinking of a way to include everybody or as many people as possible in this whole process of things. And I'll tell you why I haven't lost in RNG either doing this. Reason is because of the way that I'm playing this. It would force the game to run into I'm going to turn this down. Run into what I call a syntax error. Okay. And it may not be necessarily the right term for it, but it kind of works in that behavior, produces something that the nature of the code shouldn't do. So that's kind of what I mean by that. All right, so what I'm going to do is show you basically when you go into team play with permutationspro.com. Let's see, I don't know if I showed you guys the website. This is Permutations Pro, well, when it comes up. Permutationspro.com, and let the game warm. Well, there we go, the website warm up. Permutationspro.com is really the website you go to, and you can look at team play strategies, personal play strategies. Come here and you can look at videos that you're looking at now, and or you can take advantage of what I've got to offer. All right, so what I'm going to do is show you what I do. Basically, you join the 800 number, you call in, you log into the sessions, and for 1 hour or however many hours you've registered for, you just simply wait and play what I tell you to play. And based upon what I see on the board right now, we would be waiting right now. So we're just going to chill out until a few moments. I'm not going to do a whole lot of talking unless it's time for me to call out a number. All right, so if we were actually playing right now, what I would do is tell you, if we were playing low roll, I tell you to put $1 here and $1 here. Okay. Reason that says insufficient funds is because I have no money deposited into Bovada. You don't really need money to predict it. You guys see it live and you see exactly how it works. I normally play by myself, and I'm just now, in order to do the team play stuff, and you have to play online. So that's the reason why I have no money in Bovada. I'd normally been doing this by myself, but as I've said in other videos, I actually can make more money by helping others. And the same time that I'm at the casino for the money that I make, I can make the same amount of money in half the time staying home helping someone else. So instead of being a greedy little dog, I'll just go ahead and help somebody else. All right. So where are we? Let's see, this guy here. So basically at this point, we're just still waiting. Me looking at the numbers here, the way the numbers are aligned and the way they've come based upon just this recent data. And also based upon what's hot and also cold. I don't see a line of numbers we can play in, or neither do I play in columns. When I break down the game, as you'll hear me say in other videos, I normally break them down in sections of numbers, but when we play in team play, we'll be playing in columns, just to make it easy and more convenient. All right. But if I were playing at a casino by myself, I'd definitely play numbers, because you can make your progressions a lot more longer playing numbers. Yeah, just gonna have to wait. The thing about the game that we're playing, or at least the style that we're playing, is one that requires a little patience, and you definitely want patience in a game that produces data this quick. Think of the data that's coming into the game from a perspective of customer acquisition, the amount of time it will take to acquire a customer, um, and to receive and to make a decision upon a outcome that produces money. Um, it takes business much longer than 30 seconds. Uh, so the outcome, the way that we're analyzing the data because it comes in so quick, um, is is the same way we kind of do it with a business. The difference is that all of the analytics are coming every 30 seconds. In business, there's so many different analytics that it takes to acquire a customer, which is why it takes a whole lot more longer period of time before you can actually do that in a you know in a setting of business versus than you would in roulette. In roulette, it's limited to 36 numbers, 2 zeros. So the only thing you have to study are the numbers now. You don't have to study, all the other risk factors that would affect your bottom line. And obviously, you know, doing it this way, you don't have to think about the other risk factors, such as did they come in on time? Are they going to make the meeting? Are they, did they like you when they met you? You know, different things that affect risk. Affects you getting paid. All those things are very important, and so those are things we got to consider when we're thinking about risk management. All right. Um, 13, 17, 21, 23. This is a really awkward game, both of these games. I don't know why it works. It just the only thing about what I'm doing now is just patience. Um, it just seems sometimes it just works where it really requires you to have patience. Uh, it's weird. All right. But the cool thing is that just looking over everything, I think we're getting close to making a decision, and actually on both of these games. Um, and in normal times, I would have to write this stuff down, um, but I'm getting to a point where I don't have to write it down anymore. The zero is a non-factor in this, by the way, because our bets are not based upon any particular number or column or red or black. Um, so we're not really too concerned about the zeros in any of this. All right. So we probably in the upper left corner that game, we probably got at least three more spins at least before we can start deciding something. Excuse me. Before we can start making decisions or start making more educated, movements, because this is really, 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 really taking a while. It happens, but you don't ever. And the cool thing about what I'm doing, it's very conservative. As I mentioned, all my other different methods, they're like composites of this one big thing that I'm doing. And in the one big thing that I'm doing, I actually take more time to go after more anomalies than I would any of the other ones. However, looking at both of these boards, if you were playing any of the other stuff that I do know, you'd be making some good money. All right, so let's put between. Well, I would be in this guy. I'd be putting money between 4 and 9. So we'll put money in columns 1 here. If I was playing here. Um, Oh, let me think. Yeah, we still have to wait here. All right, but in this guy, yeah, between 4 and 9 columns, this dozens columns, dozens one definitely. But between here, if I was playing by myself, I'd be putting money right in here. And I lost. But nevertheless, what we're gonna do is, so we say we put $5 here. We'll put maybe $8 here on this progression. Okay, we'll stay right in here. Actually, well, let's change it from one. Well, if I were playing by myself, I'd do 1 through 6. But now and then I'm gonna still stay in dozens one. This one. Oh, she hadn't went in yet. All right. All right. So we just wait. All right. Every now and then I may have to put you guys on mute. So I got between 1 through 6. I think I said. Second progression was 22. Okay, let's stay here, and we'll do another progression in 3. For a third progression. Yeah, stay in dozens one for third progression. $13 black. All right, so this will be our fourth progression. We'll stay here for our fourth progression. And then I'm going to show you a little cool trick, but I don't know if I'll ever do it. If we lose this, I'm going to show you guys something cool. But I don't know if I'll ever do it live. It's just an anomaly. It's actually from the game Anomalix. It's actually, yeah, you can go and get this from Anomalix, the free. It's actually free. And you can go to the website and look at this, and here's an opportunity if we lose. But we got an opportunity coming up. All right, so we lost that. All right, so in this case, what I would do, I will put money on dozens 2 and 3. So this is not a numbers deal now. This is not even calculating numbers. This is in dozens. So completely, it's not about the numbers. It's all about the dozens. So put money between here and here. All right, for this guy. It's outside of the rim of what we would normally do. Okay, but we could do this. All right. So let's just see what happens with him. And I've seen it where it's such a if we lose it'll be interesting, but I almost doubt it. Oh, and also if you ever do, well, just go through Anomalix, but you're gonna have to cover the 0 when you do this. But generally you should be able to put some money in this area. Look at that. We lost it. All right, so we still got a way to go with her. The 2 zeros blocked us in here. All right, but like I said, it was something that I thought we probably could get away with. We're still on our normal. Ooh, let me turn him down. Sorry, guys. We're still. Sounds like I'm fighting with him. We're still in our normal progression. We're just at 4, so we have quite a bit more to go. So just give me a moment. Let him continue to go. I just saw a little area we probably could take a stab at. Now, if we ever, let's say if I did that and we lost this, there's a way to make this up. Okay, because this too is a progression. It's just another little way of doing something. It's not really a part of what I teach in or show or even go after in team play. But if I got a good crowd that night and you guys want to just be a little gangster, I'll just call it out and you can do it if you want to. All right. All right. So with her, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to put money on dozens three. Let's put money on dozens. Well, let me pull it back up first. I have to reset the. See, if you're not playing for real money, they time you out. So you gotta go if you don't give them dough. That's the way I say it. All right, but you can always jump back in. All right. um, 1, 2. Okay, so I'm gonna put money between 13 and 18. This will be our first progression with her. So money's between 13 and 18. If I were playing by myself, the reason I do that is because when you're playing within here, you can make a lot of progressions because you're talking $36 to 36 to 1. So that's the reason I play it thinner, because your progressions are much longer. But the thing is that the reason I'm not gonna play in here, because sometimes I be wrong, and if you're wrong on a progression, you can stay wrong. So I like to take my time right now, just based upon what I've seen. This is where I'd be going. So we'll put money here in dozens too. With this person, I'd put a buck here and a buck there just for peak's sake. It's really no big deal. We still have to wait technically in the regular strategy, and we would have won. Oh, good. So what we'll do now, since that's come up, 7 through 12 or dozens 1. This girl 29. So we lost that. All right. So let's double our progression here. Let's keep it in the same area, but we'll stay in dozens 2. And as you can see here, there are the dealers are being changed. I think both of them. That really isn't an issue for us. We don't care how fast the ball is spun. We don't care necessarily about magnets. Only thing we really care about, because the numbers are what they are. So in this case, we would have won our money here. Let's see. Here, I think we were 31. Okay, 32 hit. Between, we're still in dozens 1. So we'll go between 4 and 9. 21, 31, 32. Okay, we may end up losing that, but we got plenty of progressions. But let's stay here in dozens 1. Here we have nothing at the moment. We may have something coming up. Just be patient. With her though, there's a good chance that it may hit in here, but I'm thinking we're gonna stay here. Okay, I was wrong on both. That's cool. So that's our second progression. Let's stay here in 1. This will be our third. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. That was our third. Okay, so let's go to our fourth progression. Stay in the same place. Dozens 1. So as you can see here, it took us a little longer for us to pick up, or it's going to take us a little longer, maybe, to pick up here. because it's a, I don't know why it, the game itself, it seems like it's long. That's the reason I was saying that. And sometimes in the uh, team play strategies, they may be a little longer. There we go. So as you can see here, I was right. We hit right here in 9. All right. The team play sessions. Let's see where we got. Nothing. The team play sessions are a little longer because sometimes the game just is stupid and it can be chaotic. But as you can see, I called between 4 and 9 and hit 9. We would have won there. If I was playing by myself, it would have been a good time. The only reason I'm not gonna do this in the numbers is because I can be wrong, and I don't want to be wrong. The only reason I'm calling them out now is because generally, when there's a chaotic board, I could make sense of the rhythm of the numbers better than it would be if it looked like this. That's one of the reasons we didn't even play right here. Yeah, so we still have a moment here with this one. But yeah, that's the reason I didn't even play it. I'm able to make better calculations than if I could see it better. Um, I generally sometimes I see an instance where we could go for something, but it'll be more of the calculation on the risk won't be as tight. It'll be just a more of a educated guess. So for example, I thought that we could play this in this area again, and if we did, we would have won. But I wouldn't take you through that. I'm only gonna do the team play according to what I know and I've practiced and I understand. Okay, so it won't be anything else. All right. So with that said, let's continue to pay attention to the board. And for those who are new to Permutations Pro, continue to look at all the other videos, not just the ones of me playing live like this, but also all of the other training videos that has a lot of good information on how to look at the game, how to play the game, how to be more strategic about the game, just how to be better at managing risk, not just the risk in this game, but the risk in the game of life in which you play. There's winners and there's losers. There's A/B outcomes to everything. And the more you know and understand, the better decisions you're going to make. The less you know and understand, the worse decisions you're going to make. If you're constantly losing, it's not because it's something that's rigged, it's because you just don't know enough. If you knew enough, you would change your behavior of losing, obviously. If we all knew that the roulette wheel was rigged, we would never play it. But the only reason we know it's not is because there's only one ball, but there could be 100 players. So that means that one ball has to fetch after 100 players. Can it do that? Now, that is impossible because of the risk. What is the risk analysis? The risk is one ball to 100 players. 100 players could all have 100 on 36. That one ball has to hit 36 out of the 30 out of the other ones, right? But here's what are the odds of every 100 players having $100 on 6? So that means the ball has to now decide which ones are going to hit. So that means out of the 36, out of the 100, someone's going to win and someone's going to lose. Okay? It's just that those who win and lose should know and understand why they won and lost. It had nothing to do with the ball. It had to do with everything of how you're playing the game. All right. Ooh, 19400. Oh, can't do much here. But I tell you what, we could be doing, if you guys get any of that other stuff I got, the other strategies, you can instantly look at this board and play something, but you'd have to leave it to that particular strategy. You can't do what I'm doing unless you know more. Like if you study everything, then you'll eventually arrive to this place. But there are strategies that are just great for the impulse of the game. The game kind of flows in waves. Um, it's weird. Like it does it just kind of does its own thing. Um, but there's always a general flow within whatever it's doing. And so just understanding what that flow is, particularly with the numbers and why those numbers are significant according to the color, then that's like ground level. Okay, if you can get to the ground level, then that'll be good. One, the number one just happens to be in dozens one and happens to be red. All right, so don't play if you're trying to go about anomalies. Don't play from a perspective of red or dozens. Play from a perspective of one, because the risk when you do risk analysis, they have to be bred upon the 36 numbers, not just a red. Because even though it's 50-50 chance, there's still 18 different variables that separate that 50-50 chance. So you have to look at it from that angle, and that's where the numbers come in. Okay. All right. So I'm running my mouth. Well, we were waiting. I said I wasn't going to talk much, but I guess I don't want to keep you guys too bored. Um, 18, 14, 22, 12. See, the game, when it's so streaky, it's really hard. See, just all these reds, all these, the dozens, the reds. When it's that kind of streaky, it just makes it a little difficult. Oh, okay, maybe. Okay, dozens one here. And it's 7 through 12. 16, 0. And by the way, when we think about zero, we think about it from a perspective of a number, like on 37. Okay, so it's just a zero. But in this case, 7 through 12 dozens one. All right, cool. So the zeros haven't hit in a while. So we're definitely going to be in section one. Well, we're at 12. Did we hit 12? Wow. Wow, this is crazy. All right, so look at that. We would have won. Boom. All right, so we're going to do one more, and then we'll be done. I have a lot of videos like this. We could do this for hours. If you're playing high roll, you don't have to stay for hours. You can make 2 or 3 good hits and leave. If you're playing a low roll, you just have to stay the entire hour or have multiple hours. But 1 hour could be huge. So never forsake the hour. Yeah, this is I can't do much with her. Can't do too much with her. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna have to wait for this one. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we have a little more time with that. All right, I'm gonna try to do one more, and then I'll be done. Now, because I'm being impatient, if I was playing by myself, this is not a numbers game. This is more of an anomalies using columns game that I'm gonna do. I'd put money on dozens one, but I'd put just a little bit. I wouldn't do my regular bet. It'd be like a dollar. It'd be something small on dozens one. Um, but again, I'm playing another game. I just see an opportunity. But if I was playing another type of game, particularly anomalies, I would have done that. And the reason I'm bringing it up is because anomalies is free, and you can go and get that for free if you want it. $32. Okay, double. This is not the strategy. Now, when I get back to the team play strategy, I'll let you know. But I would put double on dozens one. All right, so I could tell you now, she's about to be hot in dozens one, particularly 1 through 6. So dozens one. And she's about to be hot in dozens 1, 2, 4 through 9, but dozens 1. So we'll stay here. Both of these ladies are in dozens 1. Let's go. Well, at least we thought they were. All right. Hey, man, we have plenty of times to be wrong. All right, so we're wrong. All right, so instead of switching up our strategy or switching up what I think we probably should, I'm going to stay in dozens one, and we're going to progress. Bam, so she's out of the way. Okay, she's gone. So we won at 6. I told you guys I'm pretty good at this. All right, so let me exit out of that. And we only have this one to go. Let's see if she lands in dozens one, then I'll be done. 4 through 9. I don't know where. 1 through 6 for her, maybe. But definitely here in dozens one. Let's say 1 through 6. All right, got it. All right, folks. I don't know how many more of these I need to do to convince you that you need to be getting on board. But for those who see this, thank you guys for taking care of watching the videos. Like it, share it. Just remember this too, though. Even though this is on the internet and you might see a lot of views or whatever, keep in mind that there's only 30 people who can get into a session. So subscribe or get into a session early, okay? Also, there's a time frame. You know, we don't do sessions 24 hours a day, so make sure that you just get into a session sooner than later, and that way it's available. If it's not available, then you won't be able to get in until it's all gone. Once the session's sold out, it's sold out, and it'll just be that. All right, and you can get into as many sessions as you want. Okay, follow the rules of the Permutations Pro if you do join into the same sessions. But just wanted to show you that video to show you how it's to a point of predicting numbers. All right, so it's pretty cool stuff, guys, and let me know if I could be of help. Take care.